Hey guys, it's Merlini with predictions for the December 14th Playday, and one of them is going to start now, but I actually don't have any information to provide on this one. Most of the good stuff is already posted in the Dota 2 Lounge Bet subreddit. I haven't seen either of these two Korean teams play, don't know much about Korean Dota, so I'll likely just be following someone else's advice for that one. We have a few G League matches for today. Best of 3 DT versus Tongfu. So DT, they did get beat out 2-0 by LGD China as well as IG, but they actually took a game off Tongfu last time that these two teams faced each other. And it was nearly 3 weeks ago. Tongfu still won the series 2-1, and Tongfu won both of those games that they did win in around 25 minutes in a stomp. I generally didn't like betting on Tongfu before because I think they were overrated, but after seeing them swap out ZSMJ and Zoe in roles, ZSMJ played carry and Zoe played support. I'm not actually sure if that's going to stick because I haven't seen Tongfu play in about a week and a half. They looked a lot stronger, so I will definitely reconsider betting against Tongfu. However, in this particular case, DT already taking game versus Tongfu. I think a 1-2 rare underdog bet here is pretty good. I think that betting 4 rares on Tongfu is also not a bad bet at all, but 4 rares for 1 simply isn't worth it to me, just because Tongfu has lost to them before. So, I mean, Tongfu are obviously the huge favorites here. Depends on what you like to do. Small bets for large reward, or betting large, small risk, smaller reward. So, next one that we have is DK versus Speed. Same analysis yesterday. I think this should be a coin flip matchup, and should be 50-50. I'll bet on Speed because they have better odds on this one. And DK, they haven't been looking as strong as MLG. Speed doesn't look as strong without RTZ, so that about evens itself out. Speed did take the last series 2-1 versus DK. Next one that we have is Vici versus DK in a best of 3. Oh, sorry. DK versus Speed is also listed as a best of 1, so keep that in mind. Vici versus DK. So if you look at the rare odds, it's actually much closer to 2-1. When I was calculating it, they might have evened out a little bit, but it seems like it's actually like 65-35 Vici DK, and the odds actually seem finally about right for Vici. The Vici train seems like it's lost most of its value, although they are still a very, very strong team. You just won't get incredible returns. You'll just get normal returns for betting on them. So I'd say it's about 60-40. This is about right. DK did give Vici a good run for their money in the last 2 best of 3s that they played against each other, and DK has slightly more individual skill, but Vici's teamwork is just incredible, and they draft pretty well too. Their chemistry is amazing, and they just rolled everybody at EMS. But we haven't seen Vici play in quite some time, so they may not be as hot as before, like Fnatic. And may be time to bet on DK here. Check how they perform versus Speed, though, before you bet on DK. I say odds are about right, 60-40. Next one that we have is Fnatic EU versus Alliance. Both of these teams have dropped games that they shouldn't have dropped recently. Fnatic dropped a game versus Mouse. They lost versus Poseidon, and they got rolled by Alliance and Starlighter. Not that they shouldn't have lost versus Alliance, but it was pretty bad beat. They weren't the land beast that we saw just a week ago. Alliance has also had poor results. They lost versus OSG as well as Mouth. Both games, Alliance had terrible drafts, but when they picked well versus a decent team, Empire was a game in between. They just rolled Empire really hard. Alliance also decimated Fnatic in the last BO1, and they beat out Na'Vi. This was all post EMS. Fnatic did beat Alliance the last time they met up at EMS, but a lot has changed since then. I've said that Alliance has turned a new leaf since MLG, and they bring a lot of unpredictability to the table, which is certainly what you wouldn't say of them about 2 or 3 months ago. I expect them to have their try-hard pants on tomorrow, and I'll put them as like 58-42 favorites here, so I'll be betting on Alliance. Next 3 aren't actually listed on here. I think it's Starlighter. It should be OSG versus Next, Sigma versus Flipside, and Flipside versus Mouse. You can check the Reddit thread I always post it in the YouTube video description if you would like a text version to see who I'm going to bet on, or if you don't catch the audio version. Anyways, I think the odds for OSG Next should be around 37-63. OSG OSG next, rather. Next KZ looked awful yesterday, but apparently they were lagging. OSG looked very good versus Alliance, but they've dropped some questionable games lately, most notably versus TR, the retry. So last heads up matchup, OSG lost 0-1. I say the odds should be somewhere in between 35-65 or 40-60 in favor of next. If it falls outside that range, I will bet. So check the thread for specific numbers. Sigma versus Flipside. Sigma should be like 4-1, 3-1 favorites in this match. I say like 78-22. Flipside, they haven't been looking that strong lately. They were on a pretty bad losing streak, but they also beat out Espera yesterday, which is pretty surprising to me. So I may consider YOLOing on them depending on the odds. So less than 73, I'll bet on Sigma. Less than 20, I'll bet on Flipside. Last one that we have is Flipside versus Mouse. I think this is closer than the Sigma Int game because I think Mouse is slightly weaker than Sigma, so about 30-70 in favor of Mouse. Check their performance before, though, because if they upset Sigma, that would be a pretty big deal, or even if they give them a good fight. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, you can check the Reddit thread. I will post it in the video description as I do every single day. A lot of people ask, oh, where can you just make a table at that? And I have a text post pretty much with a table every day. So thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for more rares, mad rares with Merlini. Also, I'm not sure if there are more star ladder matches. If there are, I will post it in the thread though. So best of luck to your rares. Thank you guys again.